Okay, this is Steve with Apex Home Inspections, and today is Wednesday, December 30th, 2015, and we are at 14206 Southeast Raelyn Terrace in Milwaukee. And we're here today to do an inspection of the sewer line, and as you can see, we're out in front of the home. Swing the camera around here, that's our front door, and then just to the right of that in the ground here is our clean out, is a 3-inch ABS. Let's go ahead and drop our camera on in there and see if we can't get things pointed in the right direction. There we are. I'm going to zero off our counter in the upper right hand corner of our screen. There we go. And we will begin our push all the way out to the city main. At least that's our goal for the morning, or the afternoon. You'll notice immediately that we did transition material to 3034 PVC, which is this green colored plastic. What we dropped into was a 3-inch black ABS plastic line. 3034 is very commonly used for this sort of installation, as well as ABS. A couple of other notes, this home was built in 1998, and it's a flag lot, and so usually that means a longer run for our sewer line. We'll see just how far this one goes. Currently the floor of the pipe is at the bottom of the screen, but that will kind of move around as we push the camera through. The camera head doesn't self-right, so it may end up on the top of our screen, but currently it is at the bottom, and I do have some water running, and the primary reason for the water is so I can see the slope of the pipe. If the water doesn't reach us in time, you can actually see on either side of the screen there are two white lines, excuse me, in this case two darker colored lines, and that is the watermark, essentially, from high water mark. We did have a toilet flush just moments ago, so that's why we're seeing a bit of water rushing past, but I do have water running in the house at the kitchen sink. See those two darker lines on either side of the screen? That gives us an indication as to how high the water runs during heavy usage. Typically on these longer runs we do see more problems with slopes and bellies, which are basically low spots in the line. So far at about 120 feet we don't have that with this line. See the camera just sort of spun around, and now the floor of the pipe is on the top of the screen. Again, we still have a pretty clear sight for watching that water, and then also we can see the side of the pipe, the two dark colored lines, sticker stuck on the side there. The dark color lines giving us an indication that the line is still running right. Sorry, I paused there for a moment because I saw this. So far so good. Here at 144 feet we do have a second clean out. That does mean that we will have to pull the camera out here and reinsert at this point there. So we're going to pause the video, and that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we've moved down the driveway. There's the house way over there at the other end. If you can't see very clearly, I apologize. The line's a little bit dirty. Anyhow, about midway in the driveway is a couple of cleanouts. There's one that's closer to the fence there, and this middle one here is the additional cleanout for the sewer line that leads out to the street. So pause the video one more time. We'll take this cap off, and we will get the camera back in the line and continue with our inspection. Alright, one more time, here we go. Head back down into the line. quite a few feet down here. There we go. Looks like we are out of water, so I'm going to have to run back to the house and turn that water back on. Okay, so we've entered in the line again. We are about 144 feet from our original cleanout. We're going to zero off our counter one more time. And we will continue on out to the street. Again, this second cleanout is about 144 lineal feet from the first cleanout. We're just about in front of the neighbor's garage, about 10 feet away from the power transformer next to the fence. And we are actually inside of the cleanout that is closest to the fence, not the second one, but actually the cleanout that is closest to the fence. The first one I opened was actually for the neighbor's house. Once again, we can see the high water mark on either side of the screen, which is more or less in the upper left-hand corner and the lower portion of the screen. Now it's flipped. So far, the slope looks good for this run. Oftentimes, now here we have a third clean out, but I think I may have enough line to reach all the way out to the street, so let's hope that that's the case. Current code requires a clean out every 100 feet, which is why we saw that clean out at roughly, I think it said 92 or so. But I do have about 140 feet of line. I'm really crossing my fingers we have enough to make it all the way out to the street. And I don't. Okay, so we moved down to the furthest portion of the driveway here. We're still probably about 60 or 70 feet from the road. Here's our clean out. I'm going to go ahead and pull this cap off. Again, this is, I do believe it's the closest one to the fence there. So we're going to go ahead and pull this cap off and put our camera back in and see if we can't make it all the way out to the city main. Alright, once again here we are. Let's go ahead and drop our camera on in there. Cross our fingers that we can make it out to the street this time. There's our water. Zero our counter off one more time. There we go. So I think this is about, at this point, is just about 210 feet from the original clean out. I'll do some math when I get home and see what the numbers show. Still have a reasonable high water line in the pipe. A couple of very small dips in the line, but so far this line looks very level. Notice that we haven't seen any debris or any kind of solid waste in the line the entire distance. Now this is about 3 to 4 times longer than an average sewer line for a residential home. I'd say typically speaking we would expect to see somewhere between 40 and maybe 80 feet. That's the usual. Couple of steep dives down here. Passing 100 feet. Another turn. There we are. Right about 100 feet. We are staring into the city main. So I'll do the math and write up our exact distance in the final written report. But the good news is that even after almost 200 and probably, well, almost 300 feet. This line looks fantastic, and I'm just tickled to death that it isn't like a lot of other flag lot lines or sewer lines. So the good news is this line is functioning very well, and there's no need for any additional action. Thank you very much.